I decided to write the book because, first of all, I believe there's a time and a place for everything. And, the demand of everywhere I travel, the demand of asking me how was I able to do this? When, what, where, how? You know what I mean? It became like overwhelming. And I felt and knew that the time was right to share my wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in this book, The Art and Science of Respect. Beginning with the record labels, the CEOs, you know what I mean? Cash Money, Young Money, Master P, Tony Draper, Jay-Z, the list goes on, and many of artists, way too many to remember, but basically I think all of them that was a part of our era was inspired, you know what I mean? Even Biggie, what did Biggie, what was his favorite line? I'm not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Yeah, that was one of them situations where my spirit moved me to turn the bus around. You know what I mean? That was heavy on me. Once I found out they were out here shooting that video, I was on my way back to Houston and had made it quite a ways. And I turned the bus around to come back and enlighten them on what I felt. You know what I mean? I felt that it was unsafe. Anybody that understand the streets and the rules and different things where the streets are concerned would have felt the same way. So I came back and I had a conversation with Puff, shared with him how I felt, and I went on the bus and had a conversation with Biggie and shared with him, how I felt, and basically letting them know, be careful. I wouldn't be here if I was y'all. I actually have a picture in the book, I think, of that night. And of course I had several conversations about Drake prior to meeting him because, my son Jazz Prince had told me all about him, was excited about him, and I remember him hanging with us that night, but nothing in detail other than him just observing, doing a lot of observing. No, I didn't have that imagination. My son did. He saw it, he believed in it, and he encouraged me to get behind him, so he saw it. Yeah, he calls me Pops.
Where does that come from?
Well, he told me he's my adopted son, you know what I mean? So I accept him as my son, so I'll be Pops. I don't like being Pops, but that's okay, I'll be Pops. We have a mutual respect for one another, and if it's, we talk, you know what I mean? If it's something he wants some wisdom on, or sometimes he just call me to laugh. So, we share game with one another. I didn't tell him to not release the record he had recorded because I don't know if he had it recorded or not. But what I was familiar with was the ingredients that was going to be in the record. And yeah, I definitely told him I pulled a plug on that. I'm like, no, we're not finna get in the pig pen and wallow in slop. When you're a big picture thinker and you have a movement going, such as Drake, you know what I mean? He has so many moving parts where his career is concerned, then you don't allow a moment like a Pusha-T, somebody that's being real disrespectful towards your mother, your father, your friend. You don't allow something so trivial to stop a big movement because it's easy to go there, and things fall apart. Oh yeah, I didn't like it, you know what I mean? I felt it was disrespectful, and I saw a desperate person, you know what I mean? A desperate person that was willing to do whatever and say whatever to win. And I understand where he's coming from, I understand that mentality. I dealt with it all my life, and that's why I had enough sense to pull a plug on the situation.